You wanna marry Elena off of who got bust down by Omar. Couldn't be me, huh?
Yeah, you know what? She did get bust down by Omar. Here's what we did. Me and her, we both went over Omar's house, right? I made this nigga think he was gonna get some of that ass. I had a little speaker in her ear. This is what I did. I said, you know what? Go inside of Omar's house. She said, you sure about this? I said, yeah, I got you in the ear. So I got her on one of those two-way speakers. I said, make sure you tell him to take all of his clothes off. Don't worry, I don't have a camera, so I'm not seeing this nigga naked. Tell him to go in the other room and take all of his clothes off. He's like, you sure? I said, yeah, take all of his clothes off. Tell him to take all of his clothes off. So she commands him to take all of his clothes off, but he has to be at a distance. So after he's done taking all of his clothes off, I said, ask him if he has tarp. She says, why are you asking me if he has tarp for what? I said, just ask him if he has tarp. She says, do you have tarp? He says, yes. Do you want me to get it? He says, yes, get the tarp. So I said, all right, tell him to grease himself down with Crisco oil and lay in the tarp. She said, are you sure? I said, yes, he probably likes freaky shit like this. So he greases himself down and lays in the tarp. I said, after that, tell him to get some lighter fluid. And she said, where are you going with this? I said, just tell him to get the lighter fluid. Tell him it's freaky shit you like. He gets the lighter fluid. Next thing you know, she says, get a match. He says, well, wait a minute, this is lighter fluid and this is a match. I'm speaking to ear. She says, get the match. Gets the match. I said, tell him to put the match in his dick slit. He actually takes the match, puts it in his actual dick slit. And she goes over there with the flame and says, don't move. And he just, what do you mean? He's like kind of turned on at the same time, but he really doesn't know what's going to happen. But she lights it and the nigga's dick catches on fire and he's like, yeah, he was just such a dumbass. He actually greased himself up, got ass naked, laid on tarp, poured lighter fluid on his ass just so he could get burnt from the dick down. That's how retarded the nigga was. So that's what he did get. He did actually bust down. Dumbass nigga. Get the fuck out of here with that fake ass story.
Wait, so you're telling me that clown believed you did all that?
I know, right? He's such a weirdo, but he pays my rent, so at least he serves a purpose.